Hi, this is Coco Dolenz. You are watching Du Bois Podcast.
I'll never make you see the way my broken heart is hurting me. I've got my pride and I know how to hide all my sorrow and pain. Do my crying in the rain.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to an episode of Boys Podcast. Today, I'm joined by a musician it's with like the New Monkeys with her brother Mickey Dolenz and Michael Nesmith, Miss Gemma Coco Dolenz. Welcome, Coco.
Hi, Joe. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here with you.
Thank you. Okay, so now that things are kind of opening up, what have you been up to?
I'm sorry?
Sorry. Now that things are like opening up, what have you been up to?
Well, I've been going out more, meeting friends for dinner or, of course, in California, we're still wearing masks, inside places, which we weren't doing and now we are. But I mean, it's crazy out there. So, what I think is be safe, better to be safe than sorry. Got vaccinated months ago. And this whole thing is like the plague. I mean, it's like, the Spanish flu. We got to be extra careful. It's really weird. And so I still have friends that come over. We have lunch outside. Or I went and visited my son who lives in Maui. Had to go through the whole wherewithal for the masks and everything. But I don't mind. I'd rather do that than either get sick or get someone else sick or whatever. So I've been doing that. And I work during the days too, but I'm kind of a homebody anyway, so been hanging out at home and maybe going to, get plants for my garden or something.
Oh, yeah, see, like now that things are up, I'm kind of like going to the store sometimes, family trying to shop at least, groceries.
Exactly. It's weird. It's been strange, hasn't it?
Yeah, this whole 2020, 2021, like, you never expected this, you mean? Never.
No. Well, some people did because the people that are in the scientific health, arena have known all along that these viral kind of things, no matter what they've been since in the last couple of decades, they're just going to come around, I mean, this is just the way the world turns, and so some of them have been, looking at it diligently, and saying, it's going to happen again, guys, like California, there'll be another earthquake, there are little ones all the time, but you just got to be prepared for it and go with the flow,
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so what made you want to become a musician, and who would you say was your biggest inspiration for music?
My biggest inspiration for music, like as a kid?
Yeah, I grew up here.
Wow. Can you edit this thing if I take too long to think about it? I've been asked that before, and it's like different genres, Mickey and I grew up with folk music and all that and loved the Everly Brothers, and I understand the other, Don just died, Everly, which is sad. He and Mickey and I have that same kind of harmony, like the Everly Brothers did, because when you're in the same family, I think it's called blood harmony or something, you're built the same, and it just kind of fits. I don't know. So all of that was great. But I grew up listening to a lot of people like Ella Fitzgerald, Barbra Streisand, those kinds of female artists. Always loved musical theater, so a lot of that was very instrumental. And then as I got older, it was like Bonnie Raitt and Linda Ronstadt, of course. Oh my God, she's amazing. So I guess them. And as far as groups, probably the Beatles, of course. But I was more into like rhythm and blues and jazz and classical. I almost listen completely to classical these days. Just it's what I like.
I like that. Did you what would you say is your favorite band and type of music? Your favorite?
My very favorite, Crosby, Stills and Nash.
Okay. I like that.
Not saying I don't love my brother's stuff and all that, but as far as my really favorites, like I'll turn on Crosby, Stills and Nash and sing along, and it's just love it.
So if you got them,
The harmonies,
What would you if you met Crosby, Stills, and Nash? Would you be like, oh my god, you're a band if you met them?
I met Steven Stills because he used to hang out with Peter. You know the whole story of how he had tried out for the Monkees and
Yeah.
Peter was living with him, and he goes, "Hey, you go do it," and he did. So I did meet him because Peter did it at a time during that time had all kinds of people up at his house, jamming and hanging out. That I know him really well, no, because I was living up north at the time, and I would only come down every so often. But I do remember meeting him, and at the time they weren't, it wasn't like woohoo, Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Um, After the fact, I haven't really run into them or anything, but I have great admiration for them, I must say.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Now, over the years, do you still keep in touch with other musicians you guys have worked with, like on tour and all that? Do you still keep in touch?
Well, the musicians we worked with on tour are pretty much Mickey's band, and we're still a band. The ones that he's been using for like the last 20 years, Wayne and anyway. So yeah, I mean we're in touch, and of course before last year we were really in touch because we were always going out, either with Mike and Peter or just Mickey his solo act, and it's the same musicians, and we're very excited about seeing each other again because it's been over a year,
Yeah.
As you know, this tour had been rescheduled for 3 times last year, and then 2 times, and then once even this year. So it's just what it is.
Yeah, it'd be exciting to see it. I think it starts on September 10th. Remember correctly?
September 10th, actually, we'll be in Spokane, Washington, and then Seattle, then Portland, and there you go.
Yeah.
Now, when are we going to be in Rosemont, Illinois? That's near you, right?
I think that's November. Near
Huh?
me. November? November?
In November. Oh, okay. I haven't even looked at the thing yet. Like I said, I just,
All good. I'll probably put at the end of the podcast, I'll probably put the dates in order for people to check out.
yeah. I understand the tickets are going really great, and people I think are understanding that, first of all, we have nothing to do, which I don't know if fans and everybody knows this, but the guys, any band, has nothing to do with ticket sales, the prices that the venue charges, what the rules are for the venue. I mean, they literally just say, how much for us to get you here at this date? And then whoever does all that stuff figures it out. We show up and do the show. But we have no control over what they charge. We have no control over anything. So I know that some of the venues I think are a little bit more cautious than others. But we're going to be I talked to Mickey a couple days ago, and he goes, oh, we're going to be so incredibly safe behind scenes and behind the stage. No meet and greets, unfortunately, just, safe, be safe than sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
You're
right. Okay, now, who would you say is the coolest person you've performed with?
Who the coolest person I've ever performed with? Besides the guys, because they're obviously cool.
Yeah.
I did get a chance. Well, I didn't really perform with. Well, I kind of performed with her. We did a celebrity thing, a celebrity slash charity event for a fellow Jeff Jones here in LA years ago now, and Dionne Warwick was there. And so she was on. She did like one of the last shows. I think we did that. Can't remember the song now. Oh no. Anyway, she was on stage, so we all got to come on stage and sing with her. And Chaka Khan was there. Chaka Khan, so it was that kind of thing. And that was exciting to be on the same stage with Dionne Warwick coming, because she's, another one of my huge mentors almost, never studied with her, but yeah, I think she's huge and wonderful.
I like that. Okay, now, what is your favorite and least favorite Monkey song? The least favorite might be tough, but the favorite.
My favorite?
Yes.
God, of all the songs they recorded?
Yep.
Wow.
I
to sing or just to listen to?
Do both, sing and then listen to. If you want to do both, help you out.
Wow. Well, there's a hell of a lot of songs on the tour that we're doing right now that I love. Door into Summer and Take a Giant Step. Um, Pleasant Valley is always wonderful. God, that's a hard one, Joe, because there's, I mean, the people that wrote those songs initially were monsters. Neil Diamond, Carole King. I mean, they were monsters in this, and so each one is just amazing. But to sing, I would have to say probably Door into Summer. What Am I Doing Hanging Around, I think was a Michael Murphy song. Love that. Papa Jean's Blues, I don't get to sing it on this tour because Mike and Mickey kind of do this little thing. And it makes me very sad because we used to sit around, when I did come down to visit the Monkees on set or at Mickey's house or whatever, we'd sit around with guitar, I didn't, but singing, and sing all these songs that, mostly that Mike wrote, because like he says, Mike was writing a lot of things in those days. So Papa Jean's Blues was something that we just kind of sat around and would do harmonies on and sing, and it's still hard for me not to sing along with it when we do it on the show, even though they're kind of doing a different rendition of it. Love that song though. It's great.
See, my favorite song is like Sometime in the Morning. Like, you guys ever seen that one?
Great song. Great song. I think Carole King wrote that one, didn't she?
Yes.
I think so, yeah. Beautiful song. I think we do that on the show too. Porpoise Song is fun. Randy Skalski. I mean, there's just so many,
Classics, like all these Monkey songs, I think they're classics in my opinion.
What's your favorite song?
Like Sometime in the Morning, Look Out, Here Comes Tomorrow. Like, look, I can't sing good, so.
That's okay. Here comes tomorrow. It's a good song. Good song.
I like those songs.
Davey did it well.
He did. Rest in peace, a legend, too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Now, if you didn't do music, what do you think your career would be? And then what?
Sorry, what's that?
If you didn't go into like the music business, what do you think your career be? And what other hobbies and interests do you have besides music?
Well, ministry actually, which I've kind of been doing when I'm not singing monkey songs. The songs I choose to do, like in my cabaret or record, are usually songs that are helpful, inspirational, uplifting. I got a ministerial license years ago and have used it a little bit, but that's really kind of my heart, That's why I like doing some of the monkey songs that are uplifting and to watch everybody just like having a good time. This like creates endorphins, I mean, it's a very healthy thing. And I like to do songs like that are either make you think or make you feel or make you feel better about yourself or something along those lines. So it's kind of like, the joke is I've kind of had like a musical ministry. And what I do on the sidelines, like my cabaret show or the things I've recorded, that I have up on my Etsy site, are usually songs that are going to make you feel good about yourself and about the world.
It's like positive songs that lift you up.
Absolutely.
Like that.
Absolutely. And I think it's really necessary now because everybody, looks around and goes, and we need to remember that we create our own realities.
Because I don't know if I told you, believe it or not, these podcasts, I started doing them to help lift people up, cheer them up, and spread positivity. Nice. Actually. So I started doing.
Very good career and a very good choice.
Thank you.
Because there's enough people out there that are,
You're right. Okay. Now, do you have a favorite movie and TV show? Did you say?
Wow. Well, I loved The Big Bang Theory.
Okay.
Very sad to see it go, but I understood because it like 7 years or however many years it was. No, 7, 12, you say, whatever. Loved that show, especially when it began because it had a lot more science and stuff with it. And of course, Mickey's a closet physicist and I like all that science stuff too. So that was kind of fun. And I still watch reruns of it. Favorite movie? Wow. Well, if the African Queen comes on, I'm always watching it. The old Humphrey Bogart, Hepburn movie. I won't let that pass up. It's a Wonderful Life, Jimmy Stewart. I'm kind of an old, whatever. Those kind of classic, Casablanca, these kind of things, to me are just wonderful recent movie. There was also one called Being There by Peter Sellers. He was Peter Sellers, and it was, I think, the last movie he ever did. One of my all-time favorites. If you haven't seen it, find it and watch it. It's amazing. And it's not the slapstick stuff that you think about Peter Sellers. Current movies, oh Lord. Hidden Figures was really good. Did you
Okay.
ever see that?
I think I saw that in school actually, so I've seen it.
Really? The one about the ladies that worked at NASA or during the space program, a true story about them. That was brilliant. And I haven't seen a lot of movies recently, quite honestly. You know, we've all been stuck at home, and I don't have a lot of channels. I have like Netflix and Prime, you know, Amazon Prime, but I'm not a great, huge TV or movie watcher. So if somebody tells me about something, I'll try to find it, you know, and watch it, but it's not a priority, unless it's like really, really good.
When you said Big Bang Theory, I actually like that one character, you know, Simon Helberg, the actor.
Oh, yeah.
Wolowitz, you know.
Howard Wolowitz.
Yes, you got
That
it.
one,
Useful.
hysterical. I was just watching some of their things last night, you know, the best of season 2 or whatever. Those people, what an ensemble. And you know what I thought about, Joe, when I first started watching that? I said, this is the Monkees. Because it was this very cohesive group. They were all like brothers, but, you know, whatever. And the slapstick, the funny, the stuff, the camaraderie, it reminded me of the Monkees. I thought this is like, they use that, just like Friends, you know, they use that template or that model. So let's create a thing that's kind of like where everybody's, you know, they're great and they're wonderful and they're funny. And I really kind of thought that was like the Monkees in Star Trek or something, you know.
Yeah,
Cool.
I like that.
In fact, Mickey, 2 years ago, it's my birthday, and he knew that I was a Big Bang Theory, you know, devotee. He doesn't watch hardly anything because he's been so busy. He's always running around and stuff. But anyway, we got invited to go down to the set and watch the last rehearsal for the second to the last show or something like that, because we knew the assistant director or someone. So we got to actually go on the set, and that was thrilling for me. I have pictures of me sitting in Sheldon's spot on the couch, right? You remember that? It's like you're sitting in my spot. You can't sit there. So I'm sitting there in his spot going like this. That's kind of fun.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, it was fun. And
Okay.
what's the lady's name that plays Farrah Fowler, Sheldon's girlfriend?
Oh, Mayim Bialik.
Yes, Myram.
Bialik.
Something like, yeah, I'm going blank. When we showed up on the set, she freaked out. She's evidently a great Monkees fan. And she absolutely was like, why didn't you tell me he was going to be here? Oh my gosh, she's running around like losing her mind. It was hysterical. It was so cute. So cute.
I like that. Okay, now, do you have a favorite sport, favorite team? I don't know if that's sports.
Favorite sport to play?
Watch, play? I don't know, it's up to you.
No, I don't play much sports. Used to as a kid, but not really. Horseback ride, you know, when I was little. To watch, maybe if it's like the final Super Bowl thing, because it's the 2 best teams or something. When I was married and had my 2 boys, it was a lot more in our life because they were into sports and all this, you know, and we were up in San Jose at the time when the 49ers were like winning everything. So that was exciting, but it's not really my forte.
Okay, now, do you have a favorite food, and why is that your favorite?
Favorite food?
Sorry.
That's good for me or bad for me?
Up to you. Up to you. That's up to you.
Well, quite honestly, what I really like, especially during the spring and summer, are salads with everything in the world in them.
Okay.
Just everything from nuts to fruit to lettuce and everything, and I do really like those, chicken and whatever. Scampi. My father, I don't know if you know, my dad that passed away when I was 13, he was an actor, but he also had a restaurant called the Marquis in Hollywood, and he had a very good chef. And so I was raised on all this wonderful, great stuff. And it wasn't like it was more of a continental menu rather than pizza. And no, it was more like cannelloni and veal scallopini and fettuccine and scampi alfredo, and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So good. So I got very picky. When you probably have recipes that your mom or your grandma or somebody makes, and it's like amazing. And so you go at somewhere else and have it, and you go, yeah, it's not quite as good as grandma's or mom's, right? So, so I'd have to say like the Italian fare, like scampi or chicken cacciatore, things like that. Like the real hearty things are yummy.
Yeah, I like pasta or like like burgers. I like pasta.
Yeah, what kind of like bolognese or just any kind of pasta, right?
Any kind of pasta, any kind, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have to watch my weight with the pasta stuff, at my age, right? Gotta be careful about that. But no, I love all that as well, of course.
Yeah, and I would say like burgers also are cool. Like, if you like burgers, I like burgers. Cheeseburgers.
I like what?
Cheeseburgers. I like burgers.
Oh, cheeseburgers. Yeah. Again, I kind of shy away from those because metabolism changes as you get older. So if I were like chucking cheeseburgers all the time, you have to haul me up on stage. Of course, I love them. In-N-Out Burger's a great place out here because they're really fresh. But I've been kind of getting into the Beyond Burger and Impossible Meat. Kind of steering away from cattle and beef for multiple reasons, and stick mostly with fish and some chicken. But beef, I'm just slowly but because what it does environmentally is kind of crazy. And anyway, so I kind of shy away from that. But a good burger is worth its weight in gold.
Nice.
Every so often.
What is your advice that you want to give younger musicians that want to become musicians like you? What's your advice?
Play as much as you can. It's like, I think it was some famous writer says, you want to be a writer? Write. And I tell people if they want to sing, go join your church choir. Sing in the bathtub. Every chance you get, just go do it. If you're of the age that you can go to school, go get a community college class and study music.
Okay.
Nowadays, it's study music and business because it's all intertwined. But that's what I would say is just, if you really love something, just do it every chance you get. With not necessarily the idea of, oh, I'm going to be a star, I'm going to make $1 million. No, just do what you love and everything else kind of follows along.
Okay.
It's when we do things for the wrong reasons that I think things don't work out, So if you really love it, do it. Sing as much as you can. Or write as much as you can, or do artwork,
Yeah.
Just because you love it, and then see how things unfold.
I like to also add to stay humble. Remember where you came from. Here.
Well, yeah, our talents are God-given, whatever your idea of God is, but it is something that comes from here, and it's up to us, I think, to master it. I have a knack for singing. Never took singing lessons or anything. Our whole family was just like that. But you have to hone it and you have to work at it. And I used to tease people that I had lessons with Barbra Streisand. Not true. But what I did do is I would play her CDs in my car when we still had CD players in our car, and I'd sing along. Not to sound like her, but to go, how did she do that? How did she go from here to there on one breath? Or from loud to very soft. What did she do mechanically? And that's how I taught myself different things. And people can do that, just listen to who you like and not to sound like them, but to learn the techniques.
Yeah. Now, is there anything you would like to promote and shout out? I'll link down below in the description, such as the Mike and Mickey, the farewell tour for the Monkeys.
Well, yeah. I hope everybody will get vaccinated or get their shots or do whatever they can, put on their mask, go with the flow, whatever it's going to be. We're still going to be there giving it our all. and it's bittersweet, because it will be the last time that Mickey and Mike work together for sure. Um, yeah, I just hope everybody will come out and support us, and we see their shining eyes and back of masks, maybe, I don't know. But that's okay. It's what it is, you know. To fight it and to, try to be all grudgingly about, I mean, it just, to me, it doesn't work. So anyway, yes, and like you just said, I mean, being humble, absolutely. I mean, I am so grateful and so privileged to been able to do what I do, and I think talent does come from within, and I think it's given to us, and you can make it better or just hide it. There's a whole biblical story about that, of the talents. So to me, it's like, if you want to love what you do what you love.
I like that. And then do you want me? I could, if you want me to, I could link down your Twitter, Instagram, social media pages. If you want me to.
I don't know what my Instagram, I think it's just C. Dolenz. I never pay attention. My Facebook page, of course, I have two of them now. I've got one that's Gemma Dolenz, and I have one that's Coco Dolenz, which is like an artist page. And I'm starting to be a little bit more aware of that one and put up stuff of what I'm doing and what's going on. Do I have to send those to you, or do you know how to find them?
Probably find them.
Okay.
If not, I'll let you
I'm
know.
not that technically savvy with all that stuff, actually. So.
All good. And then you want me to link down your? Do you have a Twitter? I can link down your Twitter.
No, I don't do Twitter.
You don't do Twitter? Okay. Trying to help you out,
I appreciate that, but I just no, I just don't have one. Don't
Okay.
have a Twitter about it. I have a parakeet that twitters. What are you doing? Are you talking? But
Well-
yeah, that's about it. Now working on a idea to start kind of a podcast thing, but not really, a kind of a conversation.
Okay.
So like a conversation, just like we're doing, right? But what if we had a topic like whatever, and you had 4, 5, 10 people on this Skype call instead of just one, and we have like an interactive kind of conversation, talking about stuff, again with that idea of bringing people from where they are maybe to a higher level, giving them maybe some alternative ways to look at things.
Okay.
So we're working on that to put it together probably after the first of the year. I am going to be posting stuff during the tour on Facebook and Instagram of, just little tidbits of like, here we are at the something something, and, I can't find my shoes or something like, just fun stuff. And I'm also working on a children's book that's kind of a children's book and song based on a song that was in our lives personally forever, and I'm working to get that into a children's book. Yeah, and that's keeping me pretty busy.
Oh. So your Etsy shop, do you want me to maybe link that down below for you too?
Sure.
Help you out?
Sure, I can send you the link for it.
Yeah.
The name of the shop is Dolenz Delights.
Okay. I like that. That's a cool name. Catchy.
Yeah, and it's like Etsy something shop Dolan. I can't remember, but yeah, if you want to put it there, that'd be great.
Yeah, help you out. Anything to help out.
Thanks.
Cool. Now, do you have any questions before I do my outro, Coco? Do you have any questions?
Do you have any questions? What's your favorite movie?
All time, or just in general?
Just in all time.
Do you know you probably do Back to the Future?
Of course, those are great.
I love that movie. It's my favorite.
Oh, you know what I should have said is Star Trek.
Okay.
Love the Star Trek, because I was a Trekkie from the 60s, when little spaceships were going like this with a string. I mean, their special effects were horrible, but loved Star Trek and even Star Wars, but I liked the very original ones. And then when they started to go back to the prequels and the this and that, kind of lost me, but that kind of stuff I really like too. So Back to the Future, that was brilliant.
Yeah, because I don't know if I told you, I've actually interviewed somebody from Back to the Future.
Did you? Which one?
Well, in part one, for the first Back to the Future, the actress that played Jennifer Parker, Claudia Wells.
Okay.
I interviewed her.
That must have been fun, huh?
It was cool because it's like a cool movie. It's a classic in my opinion. It's like a big film,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well,
so I guess that's it. I hope to see you on the road. You know,
Yeah.
you've got my number. You know how to reach me, and
Yeah.
I'm sure you won't post that anywhere. Thank you very much.
Uh,
Um, but I hope to see you out there, and this has been great fun. Thanks so much.
yeah. Have a great day, everybody, and stay awesome. And you stay awesome, Coco.
Absolutely.